Last week, we talked about how to be a cold girl in a cold climate and the streetwear fashion behind that. Go ahead and give that video a watch. But this week, we're going to take a closer look at the Patagonia men's Nano-Air Jacket in that video. Now, I want to take a closer look at this jacket for two reasons. One, was it worth the buy? And number two, I want to apply those principles to teach you how to become a more conscious buyer of clothing in general. My toe. Break it. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, it's a passion of mine to teach people how to become a more conscious shopper. Because, you know, if you're watching this clothing video, I'm sure you've seen other clothing videos that talk about how you should only, we've got this whole big spectrum, right? You should only thrift your clothes. You know what? Heck, you should only just make your own clothing by hand. Sew it yourself. Don't buy any clothing. You know, you've got that side of everything. And then we've got the other side of YouTube with all of the haul videos, with the Amazon fashion haul videos, the Temu fashion videos, the Shein fashion videos. But there's gotta be somewhere in between the two, because it's not realistic to sew your own clothing, and I don't think it's great for the environment to buy all of your clothes from Temu. So what do? It feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think step one is watching this video. That's a good place to be. But the realistic step one is to think in your mind, I need something. I need X, I need Y, I need Z. Maybe you see a commercial or an Instagram ad and you're like, I need that. I need that. Pause. Pause right there. This is the first step. Do you need that item? Don't buy it right away. Wait on it. Maybe tally every single time you're getting dressed in the morning or grabbing your jacket in the evening and think, do you think about that specific item? If at the end of that time period, you find yourself not at all thinking about that item and you just totally forget about it, then look at that, check it out, problem solved. You don't need it. Just continue with your life. If you do continue to think about it and you can't stop obsessing over it, then maybe you should delve deeper into why you want it and see if it does actually have a place in your wardrobe. Now let's take an additional look at some questions that you can ask yourself when you're deciding on whether or not to purchase an item. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at those questions by using this jacket as an example. When purchasing this jacket and any other items, I do like to look and see what they are made out of. This jacket specifically is made out of 100% recycled polyester. So that includes the outer shell, the lining, and the fill of the jacket as well. Normally, that's not something that I like. I don't really prefer polyester. However, another thing that I like to ask myself is, have I purchased from this brand before? Do they have the quality and the efficacy that I'm looking for in the clothing that I want to keep in my wardrobe for the rest of my life? So some things aren't going to be cut and dry. I do prefer cotton or wool or non-synthetic blends in my garments, but because I know, love, and trust this company, I said, you know what? That's okay. I'll allow this jacket to be made out of recycled polyester. And that was something that I was fine with. I think it's also important to have a conversation with yourself of whether or not the garment aligns with your style. I think it's important to know your style. And I know that can be a hard thing to know and a difficult thing to find. But for me, I knew this jacket fell in my wheelhouse of style because, I mean, did you see my streetwear video? I think this is definitely one of my three styles. I have kind of an outdoor practical style that takes inspiration from streetwear. I also enjoy kind of a funky, hippie, relaxed, comfortable style. And I also enjoy the style of frolicking in the field. Maybe I'm picking some apples on a fall day. So this jacket definitely fell into one of those three categories at least, and I felt comfortable purchasing it for that reason as well. I also have 3 wardrobe priorities. Those include, is the garment comfortable? Does it make me happy? And is it practical? For this specific jacket, I had owned several things in this kind of greenish yellow chartreuse colorway, and I know that it brings me joy and it brings me happiness. So as far as the color, I was like, heck yeah, let's go. Is this jacket practical? Absolutely. For me, this jacket is practical. It keeps me warm without being too warm, and that kind of filled a niche in my wardrobe. The last thing on my list of garment priorities that I thought was really important is this jacket comfortable? Let me ask you this. When you crawl into your bed after a long day, is it comfortable? Is the 50-year-old blanket your grandmother sewed you comfortable? It feels like I'm walking around in a giant, comfortable sleeping bag. The only thing I could have ever asked in my entire life is for a company to make a jacket like that. And so yes, this was 100% comfortable. This is a daily practice that I think the internet does a really bad job of showing how long it can take to implement something like this into your life. You're essentially changing the way you think and the way you've thought your entire life. Even if it's a $2 item at the thrift store or a $300 jacket that you hope to keep for the rest of your life, you should give each and every item that you welcome into your life the exact same amount of thoughtfulness. So, was the jacket worth it? I guess I'll leave that up to you. Tell me in the comments, do you think the jacket was worth it? At any rate, that's all I've got for you today. Don't forget to like this video if you liked this video. You could also subscribe to my channel. It helps other people that would find my content useful be able to find it. But I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!